Instagram broke all previous records. For Twitter to reach comparable numbers, it took 5 years, but the majority haven't committed to a single platform, which is good news for Threads. While Instagram has banned it, Twitter still permits some nudity. A social media site called Threads was launched by Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, just to take on Twitter. More than 30 million people downloaded Threads in just 16 hours. Let's dig in, shall we? Before we do, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more. Records have been broken. Only ChatGPT has surpassed 100 million users, but Threads is on schedule to do it within the next 2 months. In just 5 days, Threads, a new microblogging platform from Meta via Instagram, broke all previous records. For Twitter to reach comparable numbers, it took 5 years. Threads' explosive initial growth puts it ahead of many other recently established so-called Twitter killers like Mastodon, Bluesky, and Substack Notes, all of which had promising beginnings but quickly lost users. Both the introduction of Threads and Mark Zuckerberg's return to the front lines of the battle for next-generation social media were somewhat unexpected. Even with 100 million signups and counting, Threads still looks prone to disintegrating just as quickly as it began. Mastodon used to be the death of Twitter. Then, Bluesky killed Twitter till it also stopped. How many Twitter killers are necessary to carry out the task? To be fair, these businesses aren't just creating a new social media platform, they're creating a new social media platform that's deliberately designed to imitate and succeed in already existing one. As a result, the new goods must defeat an incumbent that is somewhat weaker but still rather strong. This can sometimes be effective, as when Instagram introduced stories and rapidly defeated Snapchat. Sometimes, because the criteria for success aren't always clear-cut, it's more difficult to say. Reels is ubiquitous among Instagram's 2 billion users, but it is still best understood as TikTok's laughably inadequate and algorithmically incompetent token competition. With a user base used to particular conversational patterns and, for lack of better phrase, vibes, Twitter may be gross and dysfunctional, but it is gross and dysfunctional in very specific ways. For people to switch from a relatively certain platform to an uncertain one, Twitter's competitors must provide something that is fundamentally similar to Twitter, while yet being noticeably different from it. This warning assumes that those competitors do indeed want to reproduce Twitter. Do they though? Must they? The platform debuts at a time when Twitter is particularly vulnerable. Musk recently said that temporarily, free Twitter accounts would only be able to access 600 tweets per day. This statement was welcomed with mockery. Such actions will probably deepen a dilemma that has persisted throughout Musk's presidency by hurting platform advertising even more. Compared to other Twitter copycats, Threads, which is closely related to Instagram but is essentially a new app, has a significant user base on Instagram already. Threads has a team of engineers that volunteer-run networks like Mastodon, which cannot match because of the support of Meta. Additionally, users can immediately post threads to their Instagram stories. According to a post made by Instagram CEO Adam Mosseri yesterday, ActivityPub, the protocol used by Mastodon will ultimately be supported by Threads. This would allow users to transfer their followers to another service in the event that they decide to quit Threads or the app is ever discontinued. Twitter currently has capabilities that Threads do not. Signing up requires an Instagram account, and Threads is unavailable in the EU, where there are stringent privacy regulations that the app might not comply with. There is no direct messaging option, the feed defaults to a mixture of accounts users follow, and a flurry of postings chosen by an algorithm, and the feed's order is algorithmic rather than chronological. Ads are not present either. Yet. Many individuals are seeking something else after months of instability at Twitter, but the majority haven't committed to a single platform, which is good news for Threads. Brands and advertisers who rush Threads as soon as it opened to users care about that as well. News media, as well as Netflix and Spotify, were present right away. Instagram has traditionally been a brand-friendly platform, But Twitter is losing credibility. Instagram, and hence Threads, faces unique difficulties. Instagram has battled abuse and hate speech, and it continues to fight its reputation for having a harmful impact on young people's mental health. However, it has a better standing than Twitter, where hate speech has increased since Elon Musk became CEO. However, Meta has a checkered past when it comes to consuming its rivals. Instagram Stories, a Snapchat clone, and Instagram Reels all capitalized on some of TikTok's popularity, but neither was able to completely eliminate the rival networks, which are still two of Meta's biggest rivals for the attention of younger generations. Though Meta has a terrible track record with ventures outside of its core products, Threads may be the week's brightest Twitter competitor. Even after adding legs, Zuckerberg's all-in wager on the metaverse hasn't produced the immersive environment he had in mind. Additionally, users typically do not seek out Twitter and Instagram to fulfill the same purposes. While Instagram has banned it, Twitter still permits some nudity. Although Instagram is infamous for drifting into poisonous optimism and overly manipulated and meticulously selected photographs, it is sometimes about aesthetics, positivity, and personal updates. Snark, humor, and breaking news are what define Twitter as a brand. It's unlikely that those two energies can meld together perfectly. Even if Threads never becomes Twitter, it might still be a pleasant environment to have conversations. Currently, the majority of Threads posts are regarding the website itself. However, it will need to maintain interest after launch in order to avoid being consigned to the meta graveyard of unsuccessful imitations. What was your latest thread? Do share with us in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Catch you again soon!